In step 3 in setting up Stylus RMX inside of Mainstage, I'm going to show you how to assign the on-screen controls that we created to the Stylus RMX plugin. Currently, we have created controls and we've assigned them to a MIDI controller so that we can trigger these loops live and change the volume live, but we still haven't told the controls what they're controlling in the software. So that's what we're going to do today. So let's take a look really quick at the Stylus RMX plugin. We're just going to go to the mixer page. And just to show you here, these levels, these are the levels that we want to have control over. You'll see we have 8 loops, and they each have a volume control. So we want the volume knobs to control the level. And then down here, you'll see we have the play. So like if I hit play on number 1, starts the loop. If I hit it again, it turns it off. We want the button to trigger that. So let's close Stylus RMX and assign the controls. So just like I had you set up the software channel for Stylus RMX at the concert level, we want to do the same thing for the controls. We want to make sure that no matter what preset we select, these controls always are controlling Stylus RMX and are always active. So click on the concert level, and what we'll do is assign our first control. So let's pick the button, and what we want this button to do is play and stop the first loop that we've set up in Stylus RMX. So once you've selected it, it's got the little blue around it here, you got to come down in this list in the screen inspector, and you're going to see Stylus RMX. Select that. And within that folder is a bunch of different controls for Stylus RMX. And these are all your overall plugin controls, master volume, panning, and muting. But we want to see some of the other controls that the plugin has. So we come down here to Stylus RMX. And now here's a list of all the other options you have. So the first thing we want to do is find the play for number 1. And look at that, it's right there. So we're just going to select that. And you'll now notice a value got assigned to the button. The button has changed and it now says 1 play. So we're going to click on it. And notice you're getting a loop. So it worked. Press it again. Turns off the loop. So now let's assign the next one. Let's get some practice here. So let's push the next button. We'll come down to Stylus RMX inside the screen control inspector. Go to Stylus RMX again. This time we're going to go to play 2 or 2 play. So let's come back up here and test that. Perfect. So let's finish assigning these buttons and then we'll move on to the volume control. All right, now we have all 8 buttons set up to trigger all 8 loops. But now we need volume control for those loops. So let's select the first volume control. And we're going to come down here to Stylus RMX again. And Stylus RMX here. Now you'll notice these say aux sends. That's not what we're looking for. So we're going to have to scroll further down and keep scrolling until we find the parts. Here we go. So we have part 1 level. That's what we're looking for. So part 1. Come up here. Let's do the next one. Go to knob 2, Stylus RMX. We're looking, scroll down. Looking for part 2 level. Perfect. Let's go to the next one. Stylus RMX. Scroll down, looking for part 3 this time. Part 3 level. It's that easy. So let's just finish up the rest of these controls. All right, so let's test our MIDI controller and make sure that all of our assignments work on the physical controls that we already assigned to the MIDI controller so that we know when we go do this live, it's going to work right. So let's come up here to perform. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach over to the MIDI controller. Let's play the first one. I'm just going to hit the first button that I've assigned and see if it plays it. Beautiful, it does. Okay, so let's now test the volume control. Good. All right, let's test the second one. Excellent. Shaker's working. And the knob is moving. Perfect. Let's try the next one. And there you go. You now are set up to use Stylus RMX in a live setting. You can trigger any of these loops at any time. With the push of a button, you have volume control for each loop. And you can go in and change those loops to be whatever you want, and they will lock to any tempo that you want. And that is the last step to setting up Stylus RMX in Mainstage.